Ever hang up the phone or leave a conversation and just feel completely wiped out? Yeah, you're not alone. In this quick explainer, we're going to walk through a self-assessment to help you figure out if you're dealing with an emotional vampire, and more importantly, what to do about it. So much of this goes back to something we're taught as kids, and honestly, it's a dangerous lie. It's this idea that to be a good person, you have to be available 24/7, that love means constantly sacrificing yourself. Sound familiar? Yeah, this belief, it sets a trap, and it's one that leads straight to burnout. Right, so let's dig into this. This is the absolute core of the problem. That dangerous lie, it basically trains us to think our own time, our own energy, our own peace of mind, well, it's all up for grabs. It's like we're constantly financing someone else's chaos with our own well-being. And where does that lead? You guessed it, total, complete burnout. And I really want to stress this point. That exhaustion you're feeling, it is absolutely real. This isn't just in your head. It's not you being weak or overly sensitive. Think of it like your body's own alarm system, screaming at you about something your mind might be trying to make excuses for. Okay, so here's where it gets a little dark, but it's crucial to understand. There's a big disconnect in perception. You think you're being a savior, a hero, a good friend, but from their perspective, not quite. They don't see a savior, they see a host. They don't see a hero, they see a battery. You're not just a friend, you're a rescuer, a constant source of energy for them to plug into. So who is this person causing all this agitation? What's the name for this kind of energy-sucking archetype? Well, it's time to meet the emotional vampire. Yeah, emotional vampire. It sounds dramatic, but honestly, it's the perfect term. It's someone who just sucks all the good energy out of the room and gives absolutely nothing back in return. You know that feeling of being physically tired after just talking to someone? That's them. That's the signature. So let's see if this rings any bells for you. Think about this person. Is the conversation always a monologue about them? Do they ever, and I mean ever, ask about your life or what you need? It's like their drama, their pain, even their wins just dominate every single talk. They magically show up when they need support, but poof, they vanish when you do. You could literally win the lottery, and I bet you within 60 seconds, they'd find a way to make it about their problems. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, wow, this sounds eerily familiar, but how can you be absolutely sure? Well, lucky for you, there's a super simple, super effective litmus test. Just one question that will give you the diagnosis you need. All right, so here's the experiment. The next time you talk to this person, I want you to do something a little different. Don't get swept up in their drama, just be an observer, a scientist, and ask yourself one simple thing. This is it. This is the big question. How many times did they ask about you? And I mean a real, genuine question. Not one of those how are you things they say just so they can jump in with their own story. I'm talking about genuine curiosity about your life, your feelings, your day. Just count them up. And what's the number you're probably going to land on? A big fat 0. And if that's the number, if they asked 0 real questions about you, well, there's your answer. That's not a friendship, my friend. It's a transaction, and you're the only one paying the bill. Okay, so the diagnosis is in. Now what? The most important thing to know is that you are not powerless here. Not at all. It's time to shift from diagnosis to action. I'm going to give you 3 simple steps to start reclaiming your peace. It's a really simple framework. Step 1, recognize the pattern. Step 2, reframe your role. And step 3, set the boundary. Let's walk through each one. All right, step 1, recognize the pattern. This is huge. You have to stop listening to what they say and start looking at what they do. Look at their history with you. Words can be cheap, promises can be empty, but patterns don't lie. Step 2 is all about reframing your role. This is an inside job. You have to remind yourself, you are not a 24/7 emotional support hotline. You are not an endless battery. You are a human being with your own limits and your own needs, and guess what? They matter. And that brings us to step 3, set the boundary. Look, this can feel hard, even mean, but I want you to burn this into your brain. You are not abandoning them. You are simply refusing to set yourself on fire just to keep them warm. This isn't about being cruel. It's about self-preservation. So you've set the boundary. Now what? Okay, you need to be ready. Because when you stop playing the part they've assigned you, there will be a reaction. And honestly, their reaction is going to be the final piece of proof you needed all along. And here it is. It's almost guaranteed. The second you put up a boundary to protect yourself, they'll make you out to be the bad guy. Suddenly, you're the villain. You're selfish, you're cold, you've changed. Don't fall for it. That's not a sign you did something wrong. It's the ultimate sign that the boundary was 100% necessary. And you have to remember this. Their reaction is not your responsibility. The anger, the guilt trips, all of it, that's on them. In fact, their lashing out is the best proof you could ever ask for. It confirms they weren't there for a real friendship. They were just there for what you could provide when you had no boundaries. Which really brings us to the bottom line, the one rule to live by for all your relationships. It's this simple. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Your peace of mind is the most valuable thing you own. Don't let anyone get it for cheap. So take a second and think about it. Who in your life is just costing you too much?